If you have a dog that runs away on you, or what we call bolting, a couple points that you want to remember. Never call the dog to you. Do not use the dog's name. Do not say come. The only thing I do is I will chase the dog and I will say no, and I will continue to say that in an aggressive manner. I'll be no, 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 and I'll just continue to chase the dog saying that. Now, typically what will happen is if you've worked with the dog already and there's some degree of respect happening there, that when they realize that you're not giving up and you're coming after them and all you're saying is no, they're hearing the fact that you are in pursuit and that you're not happy. And the end result of this is probably not going to be that good for them. So in many cases, the dog will then decide to roll over and submit. They will lay down, which will give you the ability to catch them and to then correct them. It's important always when we're having our dog out in any situation where they could get loose that we have the long training line on them. If you have a very fast dog who's a real skilled bolter and you know he's going to take off, you may want to increase your training line, light quarter-inch training line, to 25 or 30 feet. So if he starts to run, you're guaranteed you can get on it. And you have to weigh this all up with your own physical abilities. If you're not in good shape and you can't run very fast, make it 50 feet and chuck a pile of rope beside you, but make it very light so it's not like an anchor to the dog. If your dog has gotten away from you, it's got an 8-foot training line on, it's running down the road or something's happened like this, and you know that you can't catch the dog, stop the chase. Let the dog settle, walk towards the dog off to the side while not looking at the dog. By coming at the dog without staring at them and sort of in a very calm manner, the dog will wonder what you're doing because it does not look to them like you are now in pursuit of them. Once you get to your training line, walk towards the training line with your back turned to the dog, step on the training line, then run at the dog again in pursuit so that when the dog starts to bolt away on you again, this time they get caught. They get corrected by the training collar as they hit the end of the line. And you run at the dog again saying, no, no, no. You want to teach them ultimately that you can catch them, that you are faster than them. By turning around and calling them to you, getting frustrated because you chase them a bit and then going, come, come. You're saying to the dog that you are in a losing and a very weak position. You are now begging them. Do not go back in the house and get treats to try and bribe them because, again, they are in the controlling position. If you bribe them with treats, they will lose respect for you. Okay? Yes, if it's an ultimate emergency and the dog is going to go out in the middle of traffic, your best thing is stop chasing. You know, if there's a major freeway there or somewhere the dog is definitely going to get hit, at that point do whatever you can. But in the training process, you do not want to call the dog. You do not want to look like a victim. You want to go after the dog and show that you are the leader and you will sort of hunt them down for leaving you. Why most dogs bolt away is because they have never been given the freedom that they have yearned for and deserve since they have come into their human home environment. So they're always looking for an opportunity to escape out the door, run off, and just feel what it's like to live. It's like taking my child to a playground and holding his hand the whole time and letting him watch everyone else play, never letting go of him because I'm afraid he might run off or he might do something. That's mental and physical suffering that child is going through. And most dogs are experiencing that every day of their lives. Sentenced to a life on a leash, all they want to do is get free of that silly little string so they can feel what it's like to really enjoy their lives. With Judah here, we go for our walks a couple times a day. He is completely off leash. He enjoys his run as we walk around the lake, and he knows what it's like to be a dog and to live. And it would be cruel and unusual punishment to have not trained him properly to let him enjoy that feeling of freedom. So even though we have a dog that bolts, it is a situation that can be conquered if we do it properly. If you have a dog that is absolutely bolting, there's again where you want to use your electronic collar. If you're unable to corral them or catch them, then use an electronic collar. When you first start doing your off-leash training and you have a dog that bolts, work in a field that's fully fenced in. Go to a baseball park somewhere and give them that opportunity to start getting that freedom to move around. But you know if they start to bolt, you can contain them because of the fencing.